Am I wrong for breaking up with my boyfriend after he came out as asexual because I don't want to waste my 20s? I, 21F, have been with my boyfriend, 23M, for almost 5 years. A few months ago, he came out as asexual. He told me he'd spent years trying to convince himself he liked sex because he thought it was expected. But he finally accepted that he just isn't interested in it. I told him I supported him, but I privately was freaking out. I'm only 21. I don't want to spend the next decade wondering what it's like to be with someone who actually wants me. I don't want to have to ask for intimacy knowing he's only doing it out of obligation, and honestly, I don't want to be in a relationship where sex is basically off the table forever. The thing is, I never actually told him any of that. Instead, I started pulling away. I stopped initiating dates, spent more time out with friends, and found myself checking out other guys. I even caught myself thinking, I'm too young to settle for this. Last week, he asked me if something was wrong. I finally admitted that I don't think I could stay in a relationship with someone who's asexual because I don't want to spend my 20s feeling sexually frustrated. He looked absolutely crushed. He asked if our entire relationship was only worth as much as our sex life. I said, well, kind of, it's a pretty big part of a relationship. He started crying and said he spent months terrified I'd leave after he told me, and that I just confirmed his biggest fear. I ended things anyway. Now our mutual friends are saying I made his coming out all about me, and that I basically told him he's unlovable unless he can provide sex. I don't think that's what I meant, but I can see why it sounded that way. I think I made the right decision, but I also know the way I handled it was pretty cold. This is the top comment. Any reason is a valid reason to break up with someone, and a lack of sexual compatibility totally makes sense for a breakup. The second comment says, you definitely made the right decision. If your mutual friends believe it's okay to be in a sexless relationship, then they can date him. It is a very big deal in my opinion and a huge part of relationships. Trigger warning for this. This story is a bit messed up. Little sister died because of a horrible boyfriend. This morning, my little sister, in her teens and pregnant, died in a car accident. Her stupid fucking boyfriend, who has been in multiple car accidents for driving like an idiot, ran a red light and got her killed when they were T-boned by another car. How she died was horrific. The baby went into her chest cavity. I had to tell everyone that. She had holes in her organs and heart. I held her dead little baby. If he doesn't get in trouble, I don't know what to do. They have the nerve to blame the other driver. She was a baby. The staff were crying and saying this was the hardest case they'd ever had, and they'll remember her forever. I wish this didn't happen. There are so many people who it should have been, not her. I am so angry. He better go to jail or this system is fucked beyond measure. I bet they'll play the, oh, he has to live with the guilt, that's punishment enough card. But it isn't. He is a fucking horrible driver and doesn't care about anything. I don't even know what to do. We just had her fucking baby shower. She was so excited. I am so destroyed. Edit. Just because it seems like I'm lying, but it's on the news here in Phoenix. We're already being contacted by the Vulture News. She was only 19, she was a baby. Edit number 2, I'm looking at all of the love in the comments and I'm so grateful. We are all going in circles with crying, anger, and trying to remember funny memories. The news is trying to get more info from the police since they seem to not want to tell us anything. Hopefully he ends up arrested. No idea what to do other than look at my phone to take my mind off it. What else is there to do? Pace? Sleep? The top comment says, yup, happened on Loop 101 19th Avenue. Second comment reads, this sounds out of pocket, but it's not. Play Tetris immediately. There's studies that show it helps with processing trauma. I'm sorry you have to go through this because of an irresponsible, childish male. Am I wrong for putting peanuts in my food and not putting an allergen label on it, knowing that the food thief is allergic? So, my office recently got a new hire, Omar. He's a young Muslim guy, fresh out of college, and ever since he was onboarded, my food has been going missing. I mentioned his religion because I'm also Muslim, and it's hard to find halal food on short notice. And it's been really difficult not having food to eat because it's been stolen. My theory is that he stole my food because I'm the only obviously Muslim one in the office. I wear a hijab and I have mentioned going to mosque. And he knows that my food is okay to eat. I've tried talking to him about this, but he always plays dumb and denies knowing anything about my missing meals. As the title says, Omar is allergic to peanuts. On Friday, I brought leftovers which included peanuts. I made sure to label the package clearly with my name, but I didn't think to include any label about it having peanuts in it. No one else in the office uses allergen labels for their food. It didn't even cross my mind. When I got to the fridge and realized my food was once again missing, I rushed to Omar's desk, where I of course found him eating my food, and I told him that the lunch that he stole had peanuts in it. His eyes got really wide and he went for his EpiPen. And thank goodness he injected himself before his reaction got really bad. After Omar got done panicking about his reaction, he blew up at me. He said that I could have killed him, and I said that he wouldn't have been in danger if he wasn't a liar and a thief. He told me that it was my fault for not putting an allergen label on the packaging. And I said that I'm lactose intolerant, but I don't expect everyone to put labels on their dairy because I don't steal other people's food. He said that's different because milk won't kill me, and I said it wasn't the same principle. HR has ruled in my favor, but now requires allergen labels on all foods. And the entire office is mad at me, not just for the inconvenience of labels, but because I targeted Omar and tried to kill him. Now I feel bad. Am I in the wrong here? I'll read out the top comment for you. Put a peanut label on all your food, whether it has peanuts or not. And put peanuts in it every other day just because. Okay, here's another comment. Just put a label on that says may contain something you're allergic to. Also, it isn't your food. Trigger warning again. This story is also messed up. I killed my dog. Content warning, grief. I don't know how it fucking happened. I was walking with my dog normally. Her name is Maya. We walk every single day, and I was at some point where she came up to me and wanted to be picked up. I do it all the time. Pick her up, pet her, then put her down. For some reason, when I went to put her down, she misstepped or freaked out. I can't remember what happened, but she fell backwards and hit her spine on concrete. She couldn't move. She couldn't do anything. I was freaking out. I picked her up and she was basically a rag doll, and I ran towards the car. I didn't have my keys, so I let go to my apartment to get them and leave my other dog in the crate. Looking back now, I should have brought the car to her and gently pick her up. The whole time, even in pain, she was wagging her tail. I drove. I fucking sped. 80 to 100 to the emergency. Fucking first one was closed due to renovations. Went to the second one and they were 24/7, but Google failed to say closed on Sunday. Finally got to the third and they tried CPR to no avail. She fucking died in the car. I fucking killed my dog. I kept looking back. She only looked at me with love while she fucking died. I'm so distraught over this, I couldn't sleep at all. She always slept beside me and curled up by my side. I fucking miss her so much, and it kills me that I fucking killed my dog. Here's the top comment. I'm so sorry, my husband accidentally ran over our cat in the driveway, and that was the most emotional day for our house. What? Why'd she make it about herself? RIP. Boyfriend mad at me because he opened up the relationship and got no dates. Am I the asshole for how I responded? Me and my boyfriend, both 37, have been dating for just over 3 years. Prior to this, I was single for 8 years. Overall, it's been a healthy relationship. We are both independent with our jobs, living situations, etc. I do love spending time with him. I don't really have any complaints. However, something that startled me was back about 6 months ago. Him saying that he wanted to open the relationship up, meaning going on dates and sleeping with other women. I've never been in a dynamic like this, so I naturally had a lot of questions. He told me that I could also go on dates and sleep with other men. I honestly was a little skeptical at first, but after doing some research and having some time to think, I agreed. He had told me that if at any point I wasn't comfortable, we could stop and close the relationship up again. One of the rules was, we don't discuss with each other what we're doing or who we're going on dates with. I signed up to a dating app. Within a few days, I had 500 plus likes, and it's been pretty steady since, so I started matching with people, texting, and arranging dates. On average, I go on about 1 or 2 dates a month. There are also some people in similar dynamics of open relationships that I'm going on dates with, sleeping with regularly. I quite like the fact that everything is non-committal, so even though I was skeptical at first, I am enjoying the open relationship. As decided from before, I hadn't told my boyfriend about any of this. I was at my boyfriend's house the other day and my phone was on the kitchen counter. He saw my notifications and then proceeded to go through my phone and read messages, including going through the dating app and whatnot. To say he was angry was an understatement. Turns out he opened the relationship up to take out on a date a younger colleague at his workplace who misread his idea of a date as just a work lunch. He then openly told me that he wanted to see if it would work with her so he could ultimately leave me for her. However, she didn't want him, and it seems like no one else did either. In the last 6 months, he had a few rough dates, but no one additional to sleep with. I feel somewhat embarrassed for him. He demanded we instantly close the relationship up, and I told him that maybe we should just end things, or at least take a break. He was outraged and he called me names, but he was the one who wanted this dynamic, so what's the problem? I left, and as I walked home, I contemplated fully breaking it off with him. He's been blowing my phone up and I'm not quite sure what to say. Am I the asshole? Okay, so top comment says, you should join the rest of the population in not dating him as well. Second comment says, careful, that's how you get murdered by an insecure piece of shit. Be careful. Am I the asshole for offering a frozen dinner to an uninvited guest at a dinner party? A couple times a year, I like to throw a nice dinner party for old friends. This time, I invited 5 people. 2 were couples and 1 was single. We have all known each other for around 15 years and get together maybe every 3 months. I was making a filet mignon and a small lobster tail with 2 sides. I spent over $300 and didn't buy extra because they are served 1 each per guest and are expensive. As a surprise to me, the single guest brought along his new girlfriend who I had not met or known about. I was nice about it but upset because I only purchased enough meat and lobster tail for the guests who were invited. I talked to the friend who brought the uninvited guest, and I said that I didn't have extra food, and the filet mignon, cooked with individual doneness, and lobster tail isn't something that can be cut up and divided or spread out between more people, and said that I had frozen pizza or another frozen dinner I could heat up. He was very upset with me and accused me of not liking his new girlfriend and trying to embarrass them. After his outburst, they left. Was I wrong? Should I have cut up the filet and lobster tails and spread it out between the extra person instead of offering a frozen meal? Edit. I didn't think of them splitting their plates at the time. I have ADHD, so I have some issues with changes in plans and multitasking. Anyway, another friend messaged tonight that the friend that brought the uninvited girlfriend had been arguing with her before the dinner. So that is part of the reason he was upset and quick to leave. Top comment that has 16,000 likes says, "Not the asshole, obviously. You're being as gracious as a host can be, and your friend was being selfish and dumb." I bet his new girlfriend was not exactly impressed with his behavior. Another comment replying to this that has 13k likes says, "The friend could have offered his lobster tail or mignon to his girlfriend." Am I the asshole for not defending my wife when my sister called her fat? My sister, 27F, was visiting my wife, 32F, and me, 33M, the other day. An important thing to note about my sister is that she has a child, 5M, with her now ex-boyfriend, 27M. When my sister found out she was pregnant, she told her then boyfriend that she was pregnant. He wanted to marry her in a shotgun wedding of sorts, but my sister said no. The only information she offered up was that there was no way they would be compatible in the long term, and I don't think it's any of my business to probe or question her about it. Soonly after, my sister and her boyfriend broke up, but they established a healthy co-parenting relationship and both now have 50-50 custody with stable, well-paying jobs and live close by to each other. My wife strongly thinks that my sister should have gotten married and hates that my sister refers to her ex-boyfriend as her baby daddy. I don't think my sister really cares that she had a child out of wedlock. But every time my wife meets my sister, she brings up the fact that she should try to get her boyfriend back and ask him to propose again and ask why she does not want him to marry her. Especially since my sister has been single these past 5 years. It has gotten to a point that she has told me privately that she is fed up with this and has asked me to speak to my wife about this, which I have. The other day, my sister visited my wife and I at our house. We were having a normal conversation, and my sister was talking about her son entering kindergarten and all the ways she was preparing him. The convo seemed pretty mundane until my wife once again brought up that my sister should try to get married at the courthouse with her ex-boyfriend and that the other parents would view her as immature and would think of her child as illegitimate if she didn't. Before I could even jump in and say anything to defuse the situation, my sister was raging and said that my wife should worry about her fat self losing 100 pounds before worrying about her child, and that a ring can't hide her triple chin, and to worry less about her going to the courthouse and more about the gym. My wife has always been on the bigger side, and I absolutely love and adore her, but it is one of her biggest insecurities. She ended up sobbing while my sister grabbed her things and left. This whole argument took around 2 minutes, and I froze up and didn't really know what to do. After my sister left, my wife asked why I didn't say anything to defend her to my sister. I was honest and said I thought that she was wrong for calling my sister immature and her child illegitimate. While I acknowledged it was wrong for my sister to make the comments she did, I didn't think they were completely unprovoked. My wife is now giving me the silent treatment. So Reddit, am I the asshole? So here's the top comment with 29k likes. No, 29k upvotes. Your wife sounds awful. You are the asshole for letting her keep disrespecting your sister and her son for so long. The comment replying to this comment that has 10,000 upvotes says, yeah, I gotta agree, you let this go on for 5 years? I'm surprised your sister still hangs with you. The third one says, OP did mention that he has talked to his wife, but it just wasn't enough. His poor sister is pushed to her limit. I doubt she's gonna hang out with them again. Can't blame her, anyone will be done at this point. Would I be the asshole for asking my daughter's boyfriend to stop having dinner with us? My daughter, 21, has been dating this guy, 24, for 2 years. It's fairly serious. He's from Mexico and has been in the US since he was 3 years old. He has a strange phobia of not wanting anyone to see him eat. And it's real. I've literally never seen this kid put a bite of food in his mouth, despite spending a fair amount of time around him. He's thin, but he doesn't look unhealthy. The problem is, we will take him out for dinner occasionally for holidays or special occasions. He always orders a full meal. He will cut up the food, push it around on a plate, but not eat any of it. Then, after the meal, he will donate his leftovers to someone else. It's even worse when I make home-cooked meals and they come for dinner. He does the same thing, takes a full plate of food, pushes it around, cuts it up, makes it look messed with, but doesn't eat any of it. Then he will scrape all the food into the trash can afterwards. I'm starting to get enraged over this. He wastes a horrendous amount of food, and I can't stand the money wasted when we buy him expensive restaurant meals that go completely uneaten. It's even caused a few scenes with waiters asking him what's wrong, do they need to change his order, etc. I've talked to my daughter privately and said, if he doesn't want to eat, it's fine. Just tell him to stop taking plates of food and ordering in restaurants. Her response was, but in his culture, it's rude for him to not take food. I'm not asking him to do that. But I find it so rude that he's willing to keep wasting our money. Food isn't cheap. Would I be the asshole for just announcing that he is no longer invited to meals? So this is the top comment. Be kind and stop inviting him to dinners. Surely there are other ways you can spend time with him that doesn't involve food. And the comment that replies to this has 9.5k likes. And it says, if your daughter gets offended, tell her that you also find it rude that he wastes food. So not inviting him to eat will keep both sides happy. There's another comment replying to the second comment. It reads, he should tell his daughter that she has to pay for his food. Wanna bet she stops inviting him herself? Am I the asshole for bringing Tupperware to a restaurant? Hey there. I think I need a few strangers from the internet to decide what's going on here. So, a few weeks ago, I, female, went to a burger place with a girlfriend of mine. I know they serve quite big burgers, and in the past, I always had leftovers. So I decided to bring a Tupperware this time, just in case. I ordered my burger, added some wedges, and enjoyed my meal while having a super nice conversation. I ate maybe a third of the wedges and not even half of the burger and decided to stop, because I also wanted some dessert. After ordering, I pulled out my box and started to fill it with my leftovers. You know, I felt quite clever. I didn't overeat and there was still space for dessert in my belly. I didn't have to pay $1 or so for the doggy bag which had leaked in my bag in the past, and there would be enough for the next few days' lunch. So triple win, if you will. After everything was packed and I put the box in my bag, I realized my friend was kind of quiet but didn't think much about it. She tends to be quiet after eating. After we were done, everyone paid for their own meal and we left. Then she looked at me and was like, "Oh my gosh, that was so embarrassing." I was so confused. She explained to me how awkward she felt and people were staring and whatnot, and was kind of mad. I explained my point of view, the benefits and all, but nope. In the end, I was like, "Please calm down. It's not like I took the box to an all-you-can-eat buffet and stuffed it down in front of all the waiters." We also didn't split the bill, so fine, I ordered more with tomorrow in mind. She was still mad, so we went our separate ways. But here's the thing, I still think it's a good environment-friendly way, and did it again while eating with a guy friend a few days ago. He was like, "Whoa, that's neat," and even gave me some of his onion rings. So, dear strangers of the internet, am I the asshole or not? Should I have communicated before pulling out my box? Should I have asked the waiter, which hadn't said anything at all? Or should I just buy the leftover box from the restaurant next time? I absolutely don't know. Please share your thoughts with me. What also comes to my mind? I'm quite overweight and struggle with BED, so I was happy to not overeat. My friend has normal weight and has no ED, as far as I know. Thank you for reading. Edit. Thank you all for your replies so far. I'll answer a few things here. Number 1. Where are you from? Central Europe. This thread is huge, so I should be specific enough. Okay, answer number 2. Here, it's super common to pay for one-use items, for example, boxes in restaurants and plastic bags. Answer number 3. It was not a date. Maybe the term female friend would have been better, but yeah, it was just a girls' dinner. Answer number 4. I can be a little eccentric from time to time, and all my friends know that. But she and I weren't out for lunch/dinner often. Answer number 5. In general, she's a very nice and pleasant person to be around, and we have a good time together. I'm pretty sure there was some kind of trigger. I'll contact her tomorrow and try to talk to her, so there might be an update coming. Top comment says, "Not the asshole. As a chef and restaurant owner, I applaud this sort of thinking and wish more people would consider it for casual dining. There are no to-go boxes that are really quality, all too expensive to use, so this is a great fix for everyone. Your friend has their own insecurities that have nothing to do with you." A comment that replies to this comment says, "Seriously, that's a good idea to bring your own to-go container. Saves you money and less waste. If I had a restaurant, I'd probably offer a 69 cents discount for bringing your own container." Here's the update for Am I the Asshole for Bringing Tupperware to a Restaurant. Hey there. First, I want to thank you all for the responses in my original post. I really appreciate it. For the update, the day after my original post, I reached out to my friend and asked if she has the time for the next few days. We met today for a nice long stroll in the park. The beginning was kind of awkward because we never had a fight before. Normally, it's also not a problem when life is busy and we don't write for a few days or even for a few weeks, but today, somehow, it feels strange. I'm not a fan of beating around the bush, so I simply asked her, "So, in that burger place, what exactly triggered you?" Honestly, it was like poking a water balloon. She apologized for everything and how afraid she was I might be still mad at her, and apologized some more. Then she explained to me what her trigger was. What can I say? We all were kind of wrong. You guys, it's her aunt. She has an aunt who will always bring a few boxes for family gatherings, but instead of waiting until everyone is done and the food is back in the kitchen, which is fine, she sometimes fills the boxes before it goes to the table. Because my friend's grandma knows of this behavior, she started to cook even more. But the aunt just brought more boxes as well. But that's not all. Said aunt will also bring boxes to the restaurant, and if they order different meals so everyone can have a try from all the plates, she's like, no one wants that anymore, right? And packs while people are still eating. My friend is a slow eater, so often her aunt filled her boxes before she could try everything she wanted. I always wanted to use the word flabbergasted in the post. I think this is the right time. I was definitely flabbergasted. How impudent can a person be? I asked why no one is saying anything about it, but they were all just too tired to deal with her outbreaks. It's easier to say nothing. I felt that. So yeah, she knew it was my food and everything, but it also triggered her real bad. I apologized as well for not warning her, but she said it was totally her fault. I said I will make sure next time, but she was like, no, it's a nice way to work on it. Well, in the end, we had a really nice stroll, talked about different things, and everything is good. I'm really glad that we cleared that out though. Thank you for reading this. Have a great day and a nice week. So here's the top comment under this post. I'm glad that the two of you could talk. Always great to see two people working things out like adults.